Welcome to another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. Thank you for joining us once again. Today we are reviewing the film Incredibles 2. Finally, 14 years later.
About time.
Kev, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, my brother. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Just trying to stay cool in this heat.
It's hot, man.
Yeah, it's brutally hot.
It is hot. We've never told you guys before, we are in Texas. It's hot.
Yeah.
It is hot.
Like burn your skin hot. That kind of hot. And it's not a good look. Okay. Anyway, again, reviewing Incredibles 2. Film is rated PG, has a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes. In it, we have the Incredibles family, right? The Parr family. They're having to make some adjustments, okay? They, as well as other superheroes, are dealing with this whole, ban against them, and things are getting tough.
Yeah. This movie was directed by Brad Bird, who brought us the first Incredibles film. It stars Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, Samuel L. Jackson, Huck Milner, Rob Odenkirk. Let's see. Did I leave anybody out?
Sarah Vowell.
Sarah Vowell. Okay. Great film. Great film. What do you say we take a look at the trailer?
Let's do it.
You know it's crazy, right? To help my family, I gotta leave it. To fix the law, I gotta break it.
You've got to, so our kids can have that choice.
Thank you, young man.
Combustion imminent? What does that mean? Ah!
It means fire, Robert.
Okay, man, to say this is the most anticipated sequel in the last, I don't know, Kev, 10 to 15 years is an understatement.
Okay.
Reason I say that is because myself, as well as I'm sure millions of other folks, as soon as the credits started rolling for The Incredibles, we wanted the sequel.
Absolutely.
Right, and that does not happen very often, but that's, what that first film meant to us.
And unfortunately, it didn't happen with the last film. We've waited 14 years for it. However, Ant, I don't know how you feel about it, but this film picks up and you feel like you haven't missed a beat, okay? You go right back into the Parr family and the travails that they have to deal with, and it is a welcome return to that world. And it's welcome because Pixar acquires a page out of the Marvel handbook, okay, for how to craft and put together these types of superhero films. And in doing so, they make something that is welcome, that should and will be well received, and is a great continuation of the storyline that we were given before.
Yes, no doubt. Film picks up where it left off. Huge undertaking, because how strong. I mean, hell, Incredibles. The first one for me was a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Is a 10 out of 10.
No doubt.
And I've watched it multiple times. So right.
And can still watch it.
Yeah, you can still watch it. And so anytime you're in a situation like that, when you go down that road to sequel, you better have your A game on. And I recognize that. With that said, this film is good, not great. Good, not great, and let's unpack that and talk about it. First and foremost, it's beautiful, as beautiful, if not even more.
It's lush.
Inspiring, yeah.
It's
with the animation has come so far. It's just amazing to watch. None of that has changed. I love the characters.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of them, especially little Jack, who I'll leave it at that. But he definitely
Jack kind of steals the show.
Yeah.
He kind of steals the show, and for good reason. And you'll understand that once you see it. But there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of humor in this film, and a lot of it comes from the character of Jack.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, what's the challenge is, for me at least, or issue that, not so much a challenge, but an issue that I had is the film is a little slow, too slow for me. right, coming in at 2 hours, and really for a good hour, it was kind of dragging along. And for something like, well, hell, any whether it's animated or not, but any superhero film, I mean, that's just a long time to not have, some high pace, some action, strong action going on.
The film kind of takes its time with the pacing, in terms of setting up the world in which the Parrs inhabit today, as opposed to where they came from.
Right.
Okay. So there have been a lot of changes, and so the movie takes its time really kind of setting that up. And to Ant's point, you kind of wish that they would just kind of jump right into it a little bit more.
Exactly. Also, I could not help but feel like there was an agenda in this film. And Kev, you may disagree. That's totally fine. I
haven't even said anything.
I know, but you're a little... Yeah, I was like, yeah. But, my thing is this. Look, everything doesn't have to have a freaking agenda, man. Sometimes I just want to watch some shit and be entertained.
Yeah.
Okay? And it could be a film or whatever it is. And the way this plot unfolds, let's just say that Elastigirl, Helen, has a very prominent role in this film. And I just felt like it was very agenda-driven. And to me, it was not necessary. Okay? Elastigirl's importance as a mother, as a wife, as a superhero, was just as strong in the first one in the role that she played. And so I didn't get why they necessarily went the direction that they went in, but hey, they did what they did. I just did not particularly care for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have a problem with this because I felt like essentially what they've done, and I don't want to give anything away, but essentially what they've done is they've taken the plot of the first film and just kind of turned it on its ear a little bit, so that all the things that Elastigirl went through and that Bob went through, they're now switching places.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in the first film, it was very Bob Parr, heavy.
Yes.
In terms of how did he face off against all the challenges on the island that Syndrome put him through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This time around, it's Helen taking on all the challenges while Bob's at home with the kids. And so,
I just didn't need Helen doing that. Because hold on, let me finish. Because Bob forged that, just the way the Incredibles film was introduced, or the story, the world of family was introduced to us. Now we know the whole family, so I want to see the whole family as much as possible.
I see what you're saying. You want to see them come together, Fantastic Four style, and just take on whatever challenges come their way.
Yeah,
Instead of feeling like, now it's kind of sitcom style.
Well, not so much sitcom style, but yes, I did want to see them Fantastic Four-ish kind of whole family roll out Avengers style, doing their thing, and I just felt like there was an underlying agenda of kind of on some women's rights type of thing. Not that I have anything against women's rights. Everybody's equal, but I'm just saying I did not need to feel like, or feel this agenda in Incredibles 2. That's my point. I didn't need that, but hey, to each his own.
Yeah. My own tells me that I wasn't as offended by that particular point as you were.
That's right.
But I understand your point. I understand
Gotcha.
where you're coming from.
Yeah. Also, man, and I love the Parr family. I love those characters, man. They're so rich. Especially like Jack and Dash and Violet, and just going through that awkward high school phase and stuff. I mean, it's really, really cool. Also,
and I like the fact that each character is going through some type of change.
Because that's life. Yeah.
Yeah. Each character is going through some type of change.
Just because they're superheroes doesn't mean that they're not still dealing.
I like the fact you
life.
brought up the fact that Violet is now dealing with high school issues, self-esteem issues, a lot of the young womanly type issues that plague a lot of young girls.
Right, okay. No doubt. We got Frozone back, Lucius, right, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and Wish I would have got to see more of him in the film. Not a lot, but
Yeah.
you know, hey, I was just like trying to get as much as I could, and you know, once something else rubbed me the wrong way, Kev, you know, Lucius is married in this film, right?
Yes, he is.
We can deduce that he's married to a sister based on her voice and her
attitude.
And her attitude.
Uh-huh.
First of all, no, we didn't get to see her in the first one. Fine. We still don't get to see his wife. And not only do we not get to see her, she's yelling in the background. You know, he's trying to, you know, save the world, and you better not do that. Come on, man. When are we gonna stop doing this stereotypical crap, man? I'm sick of this stuff because here's the thing, Kevin. We say this all the time.
Uh-huh.
If we were equally represented amongst all media, it wouldn't. It is what it is. But we're underrepresented.
Right.
We're underrepresented. So when we do get little snippets and little droplets of us,
The world takes it as gospel that this is the way we are.
yes. So there's black women. They angry and got an attitude.
Uh-huh.
Angry and got. Look, come on, man. When
No,
is this kind of
that
stuff
is-
going to stop? Not to mention only seeing Lucius. There's just this this break, right? I mean, we don't see a complete black family, African American family, and it matters. It matters.
Yeah.
It plays into the subconscious of people. You can deny it all day long, but you don't get away. I don't get away. Nobody gets away.
And why was Black Panther as popular as it was? Okay, because we finally get to see black people doing heroic things, and you get to see yourself represented in a way that you never really do.
Yeah.
I would love to have seen Lucius take more of a role. I felt like he was more active in the first film
Yes,
than he was in this one.
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
So it would have been nice to see him take more of a role. But I guess I understand that you only got so much time, you only got so much money, so you do what you can.
Yeah. So,
Because Sam ain't doing this for free.
oh no, he ain't. He ain't. No doubt. So, I mean, those are my things, and I'm just mindful of that. I'm mindful of it.
Right.
And, those are the kinds of things that, I was like, hey, what's up with that? Or
Right.
when is it going to stop? When do you want to see something a little different? But, with that said, Kev,
Okay,
go ahead.
that's what Ant had a problem with that. My only problem with this film is that the villain is not as strong as in the first film. Syndrome was a cool villain.
Yes.
Okay, he was funny. Jason Lee's portrayal of that particular villain was really cool. I like the way he did that.
Mm-hmm.
But we get a villain in this film that really is not as tight, is not as strong, and does not seem to really be that much of a threat in the very end,
Yeah.
in the final analysis of things. And so you wish the villain was a lot better.
And that's a critical role.
Oh yeah, superhero films are really only as good as the villains are. Okay, that's just the truth of the matter. If you don't have the Dark Knight without Heath Ledger's Joker. Okay, this is the bottom line. That's the way things work. You got to have a good villain. This film has a villain that's a little iffy. So
Yeah, true that. What do you say? We throw some points on this thing, Kev?
let's do it.
You first. Sir.
Okay. I really enjoyed Incredibles 2. A lot of that had to do with the fact that I loved the first one just unabashedly, and I was looking forward to the sequel so much. We finally came out, we finally saw it, enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought it was good. Like Ant said, it's not great. There are things that it could have done better, and things that I hope they get right if and when we ever get a third.
Don't wait another 14 years. That's for damn sure. I'm going to have a real problem if they do.
But I'm going to give this film a 9 out of 10.
Okay. All right. As I said earlier when we opened up, hey, this film is good, not great. With that said, absolutely, you need to go see this film and check it out. Right? The wonderful characters that were born in the first Incredibles, right? We get to see them again.
Right.
And I love that franchise. I mean, it was funny. My daughter and I just got back from Disneyland. And, man, I was like a little kid walking around the park. looking for the Incredibles. Pixar Fest is going on
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. So I
Yeah.
see Frozen. I'm like, Frozen! And I'm all like, you know, I'm like a little kid, man. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, you can't help but love.
Right.
With that said, I think it's important, right? The things that are brought up in this film and the issues that I had and talking about agendas and how we are represented. Man, talk about that stuff as a family if you
Right.
feel that you should, right? If you feel that and you watch it and you and your kids go see this film, y'all go eat pizza, man, talk about this stuff.
Right.
Because otherwise, these things can be taken as gospel, and it's not. Okay,
Right.
it's entertainment.
In other words, not all black women are bossy and naggy.
No.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Bitchy and bossy.
you go.
know, that's not reality. So,
Uh-huh.
you know, my thing is just, you know, be mindful of that. But absolutely, take the whole family and go see this film. It's good. I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right.
Okay? So you got a 9 from Kev, you got an 8 from me. Ultimately, what? You decide. That's our show. Get with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, or you can go to our website, www.themoviebrothers.com. Check out our website for reviews of films that we don't shoot an episode for, that we write reviews on.
There it is. Hey, we are the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. This is the place, the one and only place where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Peace.